This is a video to help you solve a system of equations by the method of substitution. Substitution is essentially what we do when we're plugging something into a function. We've talked before about having a function of x, something like x plus 3, and finding something like f of 2. So you take out x and plug in that 2. So this becomes 2 plus 3 is 5, and there's your answer. Now, when we're talking about a system of equations, we have multiple variables going on. And so what we need to do is get rid of one of those variables in order to help us find the solution or the point that works for both equations. This is a great example of a good time to use substitution, because if you notice in the second equation, x doesn't have a coefficient, or its coefficient is 1, which makes it fairly simple if we subtract 2y over to the other side to solve for x. X will be equal to negative 2y plus 2. Well, now that gives us the opportunity, since we're solved for x, to plug that equation back in to our first equation, saying that 3 times a quantity, x, plus 4y equals negative 4. But if we know that x equals negative 2y plus 2, then I can take out this x and plug in negative 2y plus 2. Now it just comes down to a matter of solving our equation, so simplifying to negative 6y plus 6, doing a little distributing, plus 4y equals negative 4 to complete our equation. Negative 6y plus 4y is negative 2y. If we subtract our 6 over to the other side, we'll be at negative 10. Again, that's just combining a couple of like terms and then subtracting 6 in order to get over there. And now, if I divide both sides by negative 2, y will be equal to 5. Take that y, because that's only half of our solution. Remember, the solution to a system is an xy coordinate. I need both an x and a y. But I can now plug that back in over here. X will be equal to negative 2 times y being 5 plus 2, and I can find out that negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8, and the solution to my system should be negative 8, 5. Now you can solve that or check that solution by either plugging it back in algebraically and checking it in both equations. Make sure that, again, it works in both of the equations. Or you could also graph these two equations and make sure that they cross at negative 8, 5, taking advantage of a calculator in either of those ways to check your answer. Hope that helps you with the method of substitution. Good luck and have fun.